Alright, what's going on YouTube? Back for another one. I am now on version 114. So it badly broke most of my careers, including the ones running Pro Mods and the one running TSM. So we can't use those. I've started a new one. I have the new Russia map, and I'm also running the MHA Pro Europe map. So we're not running stock. We've got a lot of rebuilt areas, not a whole lot of new cities, but that's okay. I don't think Poland rebuilding works with 114 yet either. So you can see I've run a few quick jobs. I just started this career. I'm only level 2 on this one, but I've already got 50 grand. So it won't be long before we're buying our own truck. And right now we are going to make our first run far to the east because Brest and Pinsk are not in any of the regular maps. Both of these are from the Russia map. And I'd played on this map quite a bit. Had gone to pretty much all of the cities, but this is where it stopped, right here. Tver, and then down here to Veliki Luki. So they added all of these up here and St. Petersburg. So eventually we will take a run up there. And we've still got all sorts of other craziness in Russia to discover. And those are fun. There is a lot of neat stuff here. The one thing I don't like about this map is you can see the huge areas of unbroken space right here. The main highway, this is where Minsk should be, which is the capital and a major city in Belarus. They need to get this one finished, in my opinion. That would really make a positive impact on the map. But right now, you've got two choices. Main highway for ages. I think this is probably about a 600-kilometer stretch. And yes, there are rest areas, but there are literally no cities. Or you can go the country back roads route. The country back roads route from down here, the Pinsk, Mazur, Gomel. There used to be a bug down here that would crash you right after Mazur, but they fixed that a while back. But let's get started. Let's get driving. Let's head east. Balls. As you can see, the weather mod still works, which I was very pleased about. I knew that Black Oven had provided, come on guys, had provided a couple of fixes for 114, but yesterday when I was trying to run my regular careers, I was getting pretty frustrated. But then I did a little research, and I found out, I need to adjust my seat here. I did a little research. I found out that, actually I'm going to lower the sound as well, because I don't think you guys can hear me as well. So we'll throw that down here. There, that's pretty good. And no music. Alright. What was I doing? Okay, I think that's much better. I did a little research. Pro Mods and TSM are both completely broken with 114 because they changed the format of maps. I'm not a modder, so I don't know the ins and outs of that. But yeah, they're broken. And Pro Mods is not out yet. And I think it's due out soon. But TSM basically just said it's broken. We don't have an estimate for the new one yet. So that's a bit unfortunate. I have never played TSM all that much. It seemed like they went for quantity over quality. Just my opinion from what I've played of it. It definitely has neat aspects to it. But I would prefer less geographical amount of cities and more content and quality in the existing cities. That's what I'm into. You know, make it immersive. But, you know, not the end of the world. Started a new career. We've got MHA Pro and the new Russia map. Improved Weather Reloaded still works. My traffic and trailer packs are working. The ones that have been updated are working. But that's most of the ones that I was using anyway. So when I was figuring out what was what last night with mods, I was starting to get pretty frustrated because I thought pretty much everything I used had broken. But it didn't. Hungary is also broken. I cannot use that. That will have to be updated. So I'm pretty much limited to MHA Pro and Russia right now. But that's okay, because this is a series called Heading East, and I kind of took my time doing that. So now we actually will head east, and we'll get some time in Russia. Okay, good. We just missed the train. And there's a lot of neat stuff to discover in Russia and Belarus. And I've seen most of it before, but I'm sure with the map updates, there's more stuff. There's new cities that I've never been to before because they didn't exist before. I also found it kind of interesting that I've left the Sisu Finnish company truck mod enabled on this. And in your profile, when you first start the game, where you choose your preferred truck design, the Sisu actually shows up in there now. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But we're definitely going to, when I buy a truck, I've decided to go with the new DAF XF Euro 6. I haven't driven it much, but my first impressions of it are very positive. And see, none of this looks familiar. I think this has all been completely reworked in MHA Pro. I guess I'm used to it from, I don't know if it would be stock map or Poland rebuilding. Because the rebuilding map mostly added new cities to Poland. But I think they did rework some of the existing ones. Well, either way, I remember this bridge. I've been over this plenty of times. I don't remember the name of this river, unfortunately. Ah, that's right. We're hauling a load of Nestle. Hauling some chocolates to Belarus. Okay. I think it's because usually I'm coming from the south, and this time I'm headed south from the north. I think is what's kind of confusing me a little here. No, this is, this looks reworked to me. Well, anyhow, let's do it. We are almost to the Belarus-Poland border crossing. And that's always fun. Because this is where the Schengen area ends and passport control and vehicle searches begin. Okay, this is reworked because they took the construction out of the approach to Brest, which I like. So, for our purposes, let's say that construction has been completed. That was always annoying, because it was one of those where they dug up half the road, and you got the red light every time. whether there were cars or not. I still like the good old man TGX. That is a great truck. But the new DAF XF 06 seems very nice to me. I liked it. I only drove one quite short job with it. Maybe, I don't know, 80 or 90 clicks. So we'll put in a lot more time with it. Ooh, a little slow down there. What happened? I'm starting to wonder whether I'm going to need to upgrade to a 9 series video card, but I wouldn't really think so. Maybe I'll just unlock the frame rate. I don't know. Ah, this is the small border crossing. There's another larger one here. This is the one. Okay, now I know where I'm talking, because I know this little cut over here. I'm usually coming from this way, because when I'm coming from Germany, for example, I end up coming through Warsaw and then down this way up through Brest. And now I'm going kind of the backwoods route. But I think we'll take this, and then we'll come through here and discover those two things, because I am in dire need of more. Hey, that's the same trailer that we're hauling. And I have turned no barriers off, because that's not realistic. So here we go. We're paying a toll to leave Poland, apparently. And I'm sure this is quite similar to how it actually works. You have to pay some fee to leave one country and enter another, and then the country you're entering is going to want to collect their fee as well. And maybe a few backhanders for the traffic police, since we are entering the former Soviet Union. And here we are. We are now in the Republic of Belarus, which was never independent before 1992. Bit of trivia there. Even though they do have a distinct language. But as far as I know, most of them just speak Russian most of the time. And there have been reunification talks with Russia, but so far, God, everything just looks so much better. See, I haven't been, excuse me, I haven't been east since installing the weather mod, and to me, that has improved so many things that it's kind of like playing a new game for me. And I've played this game for real time, hundreds of hours. But I've been playing it, God, almost since it came out. I think I started playing it when I was living in my condo. So that, and I moved there spring 2010. So I want to say I've been playing this game for at least 3 years, maybe longer. I don't remember when it actually came out. I'll have to look on my Steam and see when I bought this game. I don't think there's speed cameras out here, but you never know. What the heck was that? Didn't look like an Iveco. I'm not familiar with that truck. There's another one. I don't know what that was. I'm wondering if I've even got Russian traffic turned on. I bet I don't. But, alright, we're not going to interrupt this in the middle of it. Here we go. Well, these are familiar sights to me, having spent a year in Moscow. The good old blocks of flats, sprouting up everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Not very pretty, but affordable. Well, I'm going to make us stop here. And at least in Russia, the way they did it when the Soviet Union collapsed was wherever you were living, well, now you owned it. And I would imagine it was the same with your dacha out in the country. So a lot of people got very rich off of that because, I don't know if they were just good party members or what the deal was exactly. I'm sure everyone has a different story. But people who were living toward the center of Moscow, which is, you know, the nicest and now most opulent part of the city, they were able to sell their apartments for millions of dollars. And that's what they did. I did not live in the middle of the city. I lived in sort of a, I would call it a lower middle class suburb. But it was okay. A lot of Georgians and a lot of Chechens in my neighborhood. And back then there were tensions between Russia and Chechnya because they were actually fighting a war. Not against the legitimate government of Chechnya, but against Islamist insurgents there. And relations with Georgia had soured to the point where they actually cut postal links with Georgia right before I left. So they actually would not send each other mail. That's how bad it got. And that was a shame because Georgian wine is pretty excellent. I really like it. What do we got here? A Daft Dealer. Fantastic. That's what I needed. But now we got to do kind of a U-turn here so we can go back, discover the recruitment agency, and then get back on the road. How much time have we got? 6 hours. So go 100 clicks. I think we'll make it. Yeah, Georgia does have some nice produce. The Republic of Georgia. The state of Georgia has some pretty good produce too. Namely, peaches. I've been to the state of Georgia many, many times. Never been to the Republic. There we go. Oh, that's the hotel. I was gonna say, a lot of truckers living in that block of flats. What's the deal? See, I like how much of the city you can drive around in. It's not like some of the stock maps where it's a major city like Berlin or Paris, and there's literally like 4 streets that you're allowed to drive down. That always annoyed me about this game a bit. Which gets back to my whole quality over quantity bit. Oh, I was actually the one who was supposed to yield there. Whoops. And we will definitely be coming back to buy this garage, because this is like the jumping off point to Russia, basically. And my headquarters is in Warsaw, or Warsaw. Ashan. I don't know if they had those when I was there. I think they did. I want to say there was one. I didn't usually shop in supermarkets there. I did most of my food shopping in a small, like a corner shop called a Produkti. But I want to say there was an Ashan near Sevastopolsky Prospect. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, if I took the tram line north, I believe, and eventually it came out near a supermarket. It might have been one of those, But I don't remember that bird logo at all. Cheddar cheese. That is the one thing that I had very much difficulty finding in Russia. Once in a while you could, but it was not like the stuff we get in the U.S. or the U.K. But I would say that's probably what I missed the most. Everything else, you could get hold of it, or, you know, just wasn't a big deal. Peanut butter was not very common. But I would get shipments of that from home. And obviously, I couldn't get shipments of cheese from home. Because it would take damn near a month for a package to arrive from Florida to where I was living in Moscow. Like 3.5 to 4 weeks. So basically I got a package once a month. But it was good. It's always nice to get packages from home. Sometimes they were full of mail, which was bills, and that kind of sucked. But everything else was alright. Uh-oh. He's getting cheeky, trying to pass. Okay, he's got enough room. I thought we were going to have a Russian crash video here. It always makes me laugh that even as much as they've improved the AI in this game in the last few versions, which they really have to a substantial degree, that they will still pull out into the oncoming lane and try to pass when there's another vehicle coming. And you get to watch head-on crashes in your rearview mirror. Side mirror, I should say. We don't really have a rearview mirror in the truck. $30 clicks to go. And that's not bad. This part's pretty good. The roads aren't too bad. You can make some good speed, so you can even go 110 here. I do like that you're not limited to the lousy 80 kilometer, 50 mile per hour speed limit like you are in most of continental Europe. So that extra 30 clicks an hour does actually add up. And I also have the, oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry, mate, but that's the way it goes. I also have the more traffic mod enabled for MHA Pro. So, and here we go, rolling into Pinsk. So there should be more traffic than you would see in, certainly in the stock map. And again, that's making it more realistic, more immersive. Some of these places, God, it's like a ghost town. The old FedEx. Oh, do I have a story about FedEx in Moscow? I want to say it was January, February, maybe even March. It was still winter. There was still snow and ice everywhere. I had my wallet and I thought my passport, but I was able to recover my passport. I had my wallet and a number of electronics. Phone, iPod, digital camera, all stolen out of a locker in Banya. So I had no way to get more money because I had lost my ATM cards. And that super sucked. Here we go. Okay. What's up, Aaron Bud? Oh boy. That was a little too close for comfort. But I go to the, I knew where the FedEx office was. I said, this is great. I know exactly where I got to go pick this up. I got the thing. For some reason, they would only deliver the sorry we missed you card. So let me park this, and then I'll finish the story when you can hear me. Because we're going to go buy a truck as well. I got 52 grand. I should get about 1,500 for this job, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'll take out a €100,000 loan, and we will get on the road to riches. Go on, my son. And what's going? There we go. Okay. Done. I take my card that FedEx delivered to my apartment building. I go to FedEx. Oh no, we don't have any packages here. You have to go to the FedEx depot. So they give me an address that does not appear on any maps, and that no taxi drivers know how to get to. And the other exciting part was when I get, oh, only 1,000. Okay, well, still whatever. The other exciting bit of news during that story was that I had about 30 rubles. That's like, no, sorry, I think I had like 70 rubles, but that's not even $3 to my name. And the whole point was there was travelers checks in this package. I was going to go cash those, get some money, no longer be destitute in a huge city where I barely speak the language. Well, I walked around for 4.5 hours trying to find the damn place, and I could not find it. Finally, I kind of flagged down a cab. It wasn't a cab, it was just a guy driving, but that's how you do it over there. We'll get into that later. Showed him the business card from FedEx. He drops me off in front of me. He says, this is the address. I said, well, shit, this isn't the place. Luckily, the guy was nice enough. He didn't even charge me. He said, look, if you've only got 70 rubles, just don't worry about it. But I was so exhausted from walking around this part of town where I'd never been. This is a rough, kind of industrial part of town, too. It wasn't like walking around downtown looking at Red Square and shit while I'm trying to find the FedEx depot. You can't ask cops for directions there at all. Old women are your best choice. But I was basically about to give up and just get on public transport and go back home, just while I had enough money to get back. And I walked past the damn place, and I could not believe it. And I finally went in there and got my package. It was like Christmas Day, my birthday, and Manchester United winning the FA Cup all in the same day. It was fantastic. Of course, then I go downtown. Could not. This is probably boring as shit to you guys, but I don't care. Then I go downtown to cash the traveler's checks. Oh, that window is closed till next business day. So, ended up not even being able to do it the same day. But we got through it in the end. Right. Let's take a loan and buy us a damn truck, right? We've now got 153,281 euro dollars. So, let's find us a truck dealer. We're headed east. There it is. Let's go. Going back to Brest. I usually get a breast, a leg, and a thigh if I get a 3-piece fried chicken. I don't think I'm probably even allowed to buy the Euro 6 yet. Oh my shit, I am. With 50 grand to spare, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Let's get wild. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm level 2. I don't I don't have any choices. We're going with the cheapest paint job because I'm going to get a custom paint job as soon as I can. Okay, most of these are not enabled. I do have 50K's add-ons mod enabled, so there should be some nice stuff. I definitely want, okay, I can get to level 9, level 6, because I definitely want paint for my door handles and windows. Can't do anything here yet. Can't do anything here yet. I'm going to save some money on these. Oh, like that. The Energy Single. And I know they're Volvo branded. I don't care. Energy Rear. I wonder why these are 400 and these are 900. There we go. Anyway. So we managed to get the price of this truck down to $94,275. And I don't, why won't it let me remove this? I don't like that. Okay. Well, I don't think we get anything else for quite some time. But what we do get is our very own truck to have and to hold from this day forth. Okay, that probably sounded a bit weird. All right. We'll take it. Mr. Shake Hands Man. There we go. I've got my first truck. In Brest. Actually, it'll probably send me all the way back to Warsaw. Yep. And that annoys me. Oh well. So, we gotta start in Warsaw again. But I think we'll live through it. It is a snazzy truck. It looks a little more like a Scania outside to me, exterior-wise. I do like it, though. I think it's a good-looking truck. Just a little more updated, a little more modern-looking. And once we're able to start slapping some mods on it, this is going to be awesome. It's got my my Hungarian registration on it, which I will change on my Roll the Trucks profile, since we're based out of Poland now. But for now, we're going to be a Hungarian. But first, we're going to get us a job. We could go back to Pinsk. Ooh, we could haul a T-62 tank to Gdansk. That's pretty cool. I did add the military cargo mod from Jazzy Cat, which is a pretty good mod. Oh, the BM-21 Grad. That is a snazzy piece of equipment. But we are wanting to get back to Belarus, so do we want to haul a digger or close? It's only a 400 euro difference, so I don't really care that much about that. Let's haul a digger. Why not? Oh, well, let's... Here. While we're here, let's have a look at the interior. We got the updated mirrors, which to me, that was always one of the biggest drawbacks of the DAF, was those cheesy mirrors. Now, much nicer, inside and out. You know, still not up to snuff compared to some of the other ones, but I like it. I love the dash. All the controls are nice. Green backlit. Everything looks good. The GPS looks good. It looks real. The textures are updated. Everything about this truck looks nice. Got the CB up here. So, that's pretty much it. I did see a mod for a quote-unquote realistic Euro 6 interior, which replaces the burl wood with just regular, you know, like pebbled texture plastic, which is probably what the interior actually does look like. But I gotta say, the Burlwood is pretty snazzy. I like it anyway. But alright, now we've done our Jeremy Clarkson routine. Let's get on the road. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh. I am a little bit annoyed with all the cars leaving their lights on all the time now. And maybe that's by country. Maybe it's mandated now that there's daytime running lights in certain countries in the Eurozone, but I don't know. It doesn't seem very realistic to me. It looks fantastic at night, but, you know, people turn their headlights off in the daytime. That's what I'm used to. That's, you know, that's what is done. There's this massive building site in the middle of central Warsaw that is pretty cool looking, I think. And hopefully before long, some enterprising mapper or SCS themselves will open up more of Warsaw for us to drive through. Because to me, you know, we're missing the bulk of the city here. Although there are some places visible in this map, even from a close distance, that I've been to when I stayed in Warsaw for a very short time back in 2005. Hard to believe that was nearly 10 years ago, but that's the way it goes. Alright. And as you can see, the Essential Game Fixes mod still works in 1.14 because we've got all the branding and badging on the equipment, forklifts, etc. And it doesn't look like the stock game fixed the Mercedes licensing in 1.14. In fact, I know it didn't, because last night when I was experimenting with different mods and I didn't have real logos from Essentials loaded, it was still a Majestic. So I don't know if that's coming in 1.15 or what the deal is. I knew they finally got the licensing and were I think they were completely redoing the 3D model of the Actros, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So, since we're up to 40 minutes here, and basically we're kind of repeating the journey that we just did earlier in the video, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one, and I'm going to finish this job off camera, as it were. And then what we'll do is I will pick back up when I'm back in Pinsk with another job, and we will head further into the belly of the beast and head eastward into the evil empire of the Russian Federation. So, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.